Welcome back to our channel, where stories come alive and leave lessons that echo long after the last word. Tonight, listen carefully, because this is no ordinary tale. It is the story of a girl admired by everyone, until the mirror told her a very different story. A long time ago, in a quiet village wrapped in tall trees, sweet mango orchards, and rivers that hummed like lullabies, there lived a young girl named Nalendi. She was the daughter of Mama Zuri and Papa Zuri, humble farmers who lived by the sweat of their brows. They loved their daughter dearly, but Nalendi carried a gift that soon became her curse. She was breathtakingly beautiful. Her skin glowed like palm oil under the sun. Her eyes shone like evening stars. Her hair was thick, black, and long enough to brush the ground. Her lips were full and red like hibiscus petals, and her waist curved as though the gods themselves had sculpted her. The villagers would whisper, "Surely the heavens spent extra time when they made Nalendi." But beauty can be as heavy as it is dazzling. Nalendi's heart grew proud. Every morning, while the other girls hurried to the stream to fetch water or help their mothers grind millet, Nalendi would sit in front of a small mirror her father once bought from a wandering trader. She would tilt her head left and right, pout her lips, bat her lashes, and giggle softly. "Who is more beautiful than Nalendi?" she whispered to herself. "No one. Not in this village, not in this world. I deserve not just any man, but a king, the richest, most handsome, most powerful king alive." Her mother often knocked at her door. "Nalendi, come help peel yam before your father returns from the fields." Nalendi scoffed. "Me? Peel yam? These fingers are too fine for dirty yam. Let Ayo or Musa do it." When her friends carried baskets to the stream, Nalendi stayed home to oil her skin. When the women swept the compound, Nalendi polished her nails with crushed flowers. When the whole village gathered for community work, she stayed indoors admiring her reflection. Even the mirror seemed weary of her face. Her friends loved her once, but Nalendi offered them no kindness. One by one, they married humble men, farmers, hunters, fishermen. Nalendi laughed at them all. "Asha, look at your husband. His teeth look like roasted corn. Lami, your man rides a bicycle. Tunde, yours has no shoes. What a shame." But though her friends wept sometimes in secret, they found joy in their homes. That joy only deepened Nalendi's jealousy. "Let them enjoy their poor love," she hissed. "Nalendi will marry a king, wear gold from head to toe, and ride in a carriage pulled by white horses." One market day, the village was alive with colors and sounds, women shouting prices for tomatoes and peppers, drummers playing beneath a mango tree, children chasing one another. Nalendi dressed in her finest wrapper and shining blouse. She tied a bright scarf on her head, rubbed oil on her skin, and walked into the market like a queen. All eyes followed her. "She's beautiful," whispered one woman, "but her heart is empty." "She walks as though the earth owes her something," muttered an old man. Nalendi only swayed her hips more proudly. Then, suddenly, she collided with someone. Her basket of goods fell, and so did the other person's bundle of wood. It was Mama Sefu, the oldest and most respected woman in the village. Bent with age, her hands shook, her back curved, and now she fell to her knees, wood scattered across the ground. The market gasped. "Oh no, it's Mama Sefu." But Nalendi stood tall, glaring down. "Why are you in my way, old goat? You've ruined my clothes. Do you know who I am?" Mama Sefu's voice trembled, but was calm. "My child, forgive me. My eyes are not as sharp as they once were." "Then stay in your hut. Don't bring your rotten wood near my beauty again." People murmured, "Apologize, Nalendi. She's your elder." But Nalendi turned her back and hissed, leaving Mama Sefu to gather her wood slowly. Then, before all, The old woman raised her hands to the sky and spoke in a voice that shook the air. Nalendi, the mirror you worship will betray you. May your beauty melt like candle wax. May your pride become your prison. You shall not see beauty again until you live with the ugliest Nan alive. Only then shall your heart learn. Silence fell over the market. Even the birds stopped singing. That night, Nalendi sat before her mirror. Heat spread across her skin. She laughed nervously. What kind of joke is this? But the mirror cracked down the middle, and her reflection shimmered like smoke. By morning, her scream tore through the village. Her skin was rough like bark, her nose wide and twisted, her lips cracked, her hair falling in clumps. The villagers gasped. Children ran. Nalendi's beauty was gone. "Mama, look at me," she wept. "I'm cursed." Mama Zuri cried with her. "This is pride's harvest, my daughter. You mocked others and disrespected an elder." Nalendi vowed to beg forgiveness, but when they went to Mama Sefu's hut, she was gone. No one knew where. Nalendi covered her mirror with cloth. She no longer walked proudly. She stayed indoors, ashamed, as villagers whispered, "Have you seen her? Nalendi, once radiant, now looks like a palm kernel shell." Weeks later, a mysterious traveler came, face hidden beneath a straw hat. "The curse," he said, "can only be broken if Nalendi marries the oldest, ugliest man alive, not with her body, but with her soul. Only then shall she be free." Soon, there was a knock on her door. A short, hunched man with wrinkled skin, a belly round like a drum, 3 brown teeth, and breath like spoiled snails stood before her. His clothes were torn and mismatched. He thumped his walking stick. "I am Oba, and I have come to marry Nalendi." Mama Zuri nearly fainted. Nalendi's heart raced. He looked worse than her curse itself. But when she saw her reflection in the water, ugly, broken, she remembered the prophecy. She swallowed hard and whispered, "Yes." The villagers gasped. "Nalendi is marrying this creature? Wonders never end." Their wedding was quiet. No drums, no dancing. Nalendi wore a faded dress. Oba wore a torn wrapper. That night his snores shook the hut, his feet reeked, his drool stained the mat. Nalendi sat by the window, whispering, "I must endure. I must change." Oba was not only ugly, he was harsh. "Cook! Scratch my back! Wash my feet! This food tastes like stone!" Yet Nalendi never complained. She cleaned, fetched water, cooked, helped children, carried firewood for the elderly. She smiled at those she once mocked. One day in the market, a little girl fell. Nalendi rushed to help her, cleaned her wounds, gave her food. From under a mango tree, Mama Sefu watched quietly. "She has changed," the old woman whispered. That night, Mama Sefu appeared in Nalendi's dream, glowing like the moon. "Daughter," she said gently, "your beauty is back, not in your face, but in your heart. When dawn comes, you will see." Nalendi awoke and ran to the water pot. Her reflection shone back, smooth skin, bright eyes, full hair, glowing lips. Her beauty had returned, but now with kindness. The village rejoiced. Oba squinted and cried, "This cannot be my wife. My wife was ugly." Nalendi bowed kindly. "Thank you, Oba. You are part of my journey." Soon after, a noble prince from a far land came. He had heard of Nalendi's fall and rise. Her pride turned to humility. He saw her beauty, but more importantly, her heart. He asked for her hand. Their wedding was the grandest the village had ever seen. Drums roared, women ululated, even the trees seemed to dance. But Nalendi never forgot. She treated servants with care, greeted elders with respect, played with children, and even visited Oba with food and clothes. She no longer worshipped her mirror, for she had learned that true beauty begins within. So, remember this. Everyone may admire your beauty, but one day the mirror will tell the truth of your heart. Pride blinds, but humility heals. Beauty without kindness is like a fruit that looks sweet, but tastes bitter. Respect the old, honor the poor, and carry love in your soul. Thank you for listening to this story. If you found its lesson meaningful, stay with us, because here every tale holds a truth waiting just for you.